Hello, I'm Doug Baker, and today we're going to tell you a little bit about the HVG-2020A vacuum gauge from Teledyne Hastings, also known as the 2020 Vision. In this video we'll start with a brief description of the vacuum gauge, and then we're going to give a quick overview of the many features and options of this flexible gauge. Let's get started. The HVG-2020A is a vacuum gauge that operates in the rough vacuum region. That is, it measures from atmospheric pressure to just below the 1 torr range. The gauge uses an advanced piezoresistive sensor. Let's take a closer look. The sensor is packaged with a thin diaphragm that separates the piezo sensor from the vacuum. This is nice because we see that the only wetted material that the gas sees is stainless steel. The other good thing about this gauge is that it is what we call a direct gauge. That is, the 2020 sensor is directly sensing the pressure of the gas on the diaphragm, as opposed to an indirect gauge, which measures some pressure-dependent property of the gas, such as ionization rate or thermal conductivity. So, no matter what type of gas you're using, the 2020 will provide the same output for a given pressure. The accuracy specification is very attractive. With a properly warmed-up instrument that's been zeroed, the accuracy is plus or minus 0.15% of reading plus half a torr. So this makes the gauge a good choice for many vacuum applications that operate between 1 and 1,000 torr. So if you have an experiment that uses a benchtop vacuum pump and you want to know the vacuum level accurately, the 2020 Vision is an excellent choice to replace less accurate dial gauges. The HVG-2020A can be configured with the optional color touchscreen display, and we're going to have another video which details many of the capabilities of the display, but I want to show you a couple of cool things here real quickly. If you don't like scientific notation, you just touch the number. If you want to change the units, you just touch the units. Okay, so that's easy. All right. I also want to tell you that there are several different display modes. There's the pressure. You can get pressure and temperature. You can also see the set point mode, bar graph. And this one I really like. It's a very nice graphical mode which shows the pressure as a function of time. So you can see the pump down characteristics of your system. The user has control over the time base, so it's very easy to customize for your pump down process. The user also has orientation control, so no matter which way the gauge is installed, the view can be rotated correctly. The HVG-2020A is very flexible and easy to use. Even without the optional display, the user has access to analog linear signals as well as digital communication. The HVG is easy to power up. You can just use this 24-volt bayonet jack right here. There's also a 9-pin D connector, so you have access to the linear analog outputs like 0 to 10 volt, 4 to 20 milliamp, and others. The USB port is available to connect directly to a PC, and there's also a 4-conductor jack which carries RS-232 or RS-45. Once you're connected to one of our serial ports, you can then use our free Windows software to see your vacuum readings, view system pump down, and even log data to an Excel file. One last thing to mention while we're looking at the top view are the 2 LEDs. The status LED tells you about the health of the 2020A. The vacuum LED gives an indication of the system pressure by changing color or duty cycle. So the HVG Vision vacuum gauge is accurate, it's easy to use with flexible outputs, and an optional touchscreen display is available. There's also free data logging software. I want to thank you for watching, and coming soon we'll have another 2020 Vision video where we'll go into a little more detail about the touchscreen display and the free Windows software. If you have an application for the HVG-2020A or any of our vacuum or mass flow products, we can be reached by web, phone, or email. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again.